YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Greatly appreciate you taking time to click on the video today. If you're new to the channel or haven't already, hit that subscribe button, drop a like. It is greatly appreciated. Comment today because this is the last episode or video of this particular series on College Football 25. Now, the comment that I'm going to be looking for is, do we restart at the beginning of next game cycle, which gives us time to get through way more seasons than 4, and or do we start where we leave off? Do we stick with Kennesaw State? Are they going to be the worst team in the game in the next cycle? Who knows? So those are the kind of things that are going through my brain. So just looking for a little help from the viewers. We are here in conference championships. You might be like, wait a minute, how did we get here? We actually, for this one, only had one game left in the season. But I did play that on my kick stream last on Tuesday. So if you want to go ahead and check out that game or two, I can't remember exactly because I did all 3 of my Dynasty saves. You can go ahead and look at the VOD there at Kick at Chief Tummy Tuck Gaming 31 on Kick. So without further ado, let's hop into this MAC championship game against Bowling Green. Alright, we don't get like a very important jumping point until just over 3 minutes left in the second quarter. It is 14-6. They're knocking on the door. We're going to try to keep them out of the end zone here and force them to kick their 3rd field goal of the game. So that is where we are at here with this particular series. And what a tackle right on the catch point. And I don't want this either. But this is what we're going to live with. Sit on this. And we get a fumble. Are we going to be able to pick it up and take it all the way? No, the running back is going to track us down. But we get to the quarterback. We force a fumble. They get no points, opposed to getting 3 points, and that could not have worked out any better for us in that situation. Oh, we are locked on that in route. We were clamped on that in route, man. That's insane work by that corner on the outside, on the right side, on our best receiver. Attribute-wise, kicks up, kick should be good. It is going to be 17-6 with just under a minute left to play in the half. They do not score, and looks like the defenses are kind of being stingy today in the MAC championship game, which is totally fine, which is actually good to see. They're going to throw it out to the running back, and we are going to swarm them, and we are going to get the ball back, and they do not score yet again deep in our territory. Defense has been playing lights out today. See if our offense can continue on this long drive that started from when we got the stop. We cannot. We're going to punt. And we get into the red zone. I thought they were going to be in the red zone, but I was mistaken. So we get the ball. We're going to go triple option. That was not the read that I got, but all right. We were able to get the pitch out. We were able to pick up a few with Doug Kramer. This is also not the play that I wanted to pick. Good. I'm in a shambles right now. Get outside of him, just throw away. Oh my goodness. We are struggling. But here we go. Let's punch this in here. No more field goals. I don't want another field goal. Kramer is going to pick up the first down. Stiff arm a guy into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. It is going to be 24-6, and they are going to go for it on 4th down yet again. They are moving the ball all over our defense, but they're just not able to finish their drives. A direct snap to the running back, and they're stuffed yet again, the 3rd time in this game, just when we're on the field. And I'm pretty sure it happened again when we didn't jump in. Under 2 minutes, a minute 20 left. 4th and 10, they're yet again in scoring range. And they're going to get that one this time. Found a break in the zone coverage, and they are going to score a touchdown. Onside kick, we should be able to handle it. We get down to the red zone. We are just going to escape in a 24-13 game. Not pretty by any means, but we get the job done. 12 of 22 for Dunlap for 273 and 2 touchdowns. Then Kramer, 19 for 94, average just under 5 yards per carry. Cabrera had 1 carry for 26 yards. That's crazy. Kramer did get in the end zone as well. Dustin Thomas, again, 4 for 124 and a touchdown. Dobson, 4 for 95 and a touchdown as well. We didn't really throw the ball much and get many completions. So 5 Hamilton, the senior corner, 14 tackles to lead the team, 12 of them solo tackles. That is crazy. And we have the freshman Marvin, who has 8 tackles. Washington Jr. with 7, Ross with 6, Riggins with 5 tackles for loss. We had 6 total, 1 for Singletary, Okiki, Riggins, Marvin, Ross, and Cook respectively. 2 sacks, Jarrett and Riggins. 3 sacks, and then we had Stefan Green get one as well. No interceptions though today for the defense. A lot of stingy play in the red zone. All right, so I just want to get this out here really quick. Just really quick. This was the Heisman winner. Shelton Sampson, a senior receiver from LSU. He had 79 catches. He had just over 1,000 yards and 16 touchdowns. Okay? This is Destin Thomas's year. 73 receptions, 1,600 yards, and 20 touchdowns. You are telling me that this guy right here deserves that over Thomas? And Thomas won the Best Receiver Award over the Heisman guy. We have to play Washington State. Illinois gets to buy UAB. I mean, again, it's really tough for me to remember what team is in what conference at what point, but we are 12-1, and they're 10-3, and they're getting the automatic bid. Unbelievable. So we hop into the game against Washington State. Cougs kind of driving here, so we decided to step in. If it wasn't bad enough we didn't get the first round bye, we also had to go play a road game. Isn't that crazy? And that should be a pick. Holy, they're going to get 3 out of that. Should have been a pick, though. That is insane work. Insane work. So, yeah. As I said, we not only didn't get the first round bye, which I think we deserve. Secondly, we go on the road for this first playoff game, which, again, I think is absolutely absurd. But we do find ourselves down in the second quarter, and maybe the committee got it right. Maybe we're just not as good as we thought we were. Maybe. You know, that's always a possibility. But, I mean, 12-1, granted, it's the MAC. So, that's the other thing I got to keep in mind, that we are in the MAC. We're in the second worst conference, or third worst conference, second worst conference. I can't remember the order anymore, but Kramer is going to get us down to the 3 after a shifty juke move. And we're looking to take the lead here on the road. Kramer fighting his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. Now we are rolling. Defense is out on a 3rd and 25. Yeah, let's just drop into the zone. Don't get beat deep middle. That should be a pick. It is. Pick up the block here. And we get chased from behind. That's tough. Jericho Washington Jr., the pick magnet, man. He is unbelievable. What a transfer signee 2 years ago, I think. And he just came onto the squad, and he was just unreal from the jump. He is now a senior, the same as this man, and he has another touchdown. Robbed of the Heisman. If we win this game, we get to go play the Heisman, and we'll see who the better receiver is. As we go ahead and take a 21-10 lead here, and we get into the 3rd quarter. We're going to go ahead and hop in as we are deep in their territory. Not quite the red zone, but deep enough where we feel necessary to jump in. We're going to have to settle. I mean, Doug Kramer has been bottled today. Things just appear to be a bit out of sync from the get-go. But we'll see if he can pick it up here in the second half. Well, we're in the 4th quarter now. Good. Kramer has some space. Spin move to the inside, juke move to the inside. The juke doesn't work, but he does get inside 10 down to the 7-yard line. We are now going to take over here because we are in the red zone. And we're creeping up on 9 minutes here. So, and Dunlap with the spin move into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls, and that should put him away. What a run by the QB. Let's see if the computer can keep them off the scoreboard. We're going to hop in mainly just to chew clock because we know that EA doesn't do it itself. And, you know, I've talked at length about it. I hope they do fix that a little bit, but you probably won't see that as we get it to Graves. Doesn't get the first down. That switch is kind of weird because the fullback doesn't get a running start. They just stand there. By the time you have to pitch it, they're still not moving. So it's a little weird. Doug Kramer is going to get tackled in the backfield again. And we're going to get to the 2-minute timeout before we end up kicking this field goal. We might just go for it to try to run the rest of the clock out. We should be all right. False start. We're gonna kick. I have heard that that's going to be more prevalent in the game, especially on the road, which I don't really use snap counts very frequently to begin with, but it already happens quite a bit when you try to make all these adjustments and different things like that. But they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to end up getting it, but they're going to run out of time before they score. So we go on the road in the first round of the college football playoffs. We win 31-13, and must have been a pretty decent game. This man threw 42 times. That's insane. 17-24, 279 and 2 touchdowns for Dunlap. Rushing in 17 for 57 for Kramer and a touchdown. Dunlap also had that touchdown, as we saw. Dobson 5 for 110 and a touchdown. Thomas 5 for 114 and a touchdown as well. Sash had 3 catches, which is solid. Green led the team with 8 tackles. Washington Jr. was 7 as well as Hamilton. 6 for Marvin. Paul and Ross have 5. 2 tackles for loss, Green and Okiki. Sacks, Green had 2.5. Jarrett had 1. Decker had 1.5 for Ross. Then we had that sole interception by Jericho Washington Jr. As I mentioned, we have LSU, the #1 ranked LSU, the Heisman winner, at a receiver that stole it from Thomas. Let's see how we fare.
On the double.
All right, offense gets the first moment of the game. I'm pretty sure this is the first drive of the game. We've been just kind of wearing them out. Wrong read. Oh, that's so tough, man. Wrong read. Not ideal. All right, here we go. Next play. Graves not going to find anywhere to go there either. This defense is flying to the wall, which, not shocked. Obviously, top team in the nation. They play in the Big Ten. They've predominantly been a powerhouse in the college football landscape. Obviously, the last couple of years, after the Joe Burrow, Jefferson, and Jamar Chase year, they've been kind of in a tailspin a little bit. But obviously, a very brand name in the game of college football. We do go ahead and get 3 points. They come back and answer with 3 points. So defense does a good job of keeping them out of the end zone. We're going to go ahead and run the load option. We're going to get to the outside of them, and we are going to pick up the first down. Turpin with the first down on his first carry. We get 15 yards there, and we are off and running here in this first quarter drive. With this being such a big game, I wanted to take over this first quarter drive, especially after the first drive where we looked good, but just really want to make sure that we can grind away a little bit at this defense. I should probably have chewed clock on, but it's a little late for that, as now we're in a third down situation. So we'll see what we can get here. Sash is going to be the one going deep, which I don't like, but we're going to go ahead and give him a chance. It's underthrown, and the corner does a good job of breaking it up. We're going to have 2 punts. We came back to it, had it in our hands, and Sash drops it after he's made contact with. It's not that he just dropped it on his own. Punt gets them down to the 13-yard line. See if the defense can hold their own. They do let up a touchdown. They give up 2 more very quickly in succession. We are down 24-10. However, we do have the ball
Kennesaw State's offense out there now.
here in a 2-minute situation. That's a great throw, but Thomas drops it. He's not making that case for getting snubbed. Those are catches that you need to make if you're going to be the Heisman at receiver. That's for sure. Dunlap has thrown an interception already, which is obviously not a good thing to see. The Sash out of step. That corner is huge, by the way, compared to Sash. We're going to go for it in this situation. See what we can get. We're going to send Thomas on a slant. We have enough time. Thomas is going to come back to it. That was a really good throw by Dunlap. 7 of 16 here in the early going. Looks like Chief Tummy Tuck got out of the running. Another drop. Good Lord almighty. Got out of running the football because of the score, which I don't really agree with, to be honest, in Sim, as Dunlap is going to take it and run out of bounds at the 18-yard line. The reason I don't really agree with it is, I mean, Kramer has really good stuff, right? So, Thomas, touchdown. Do not drop this one. Thank you. Owls get in there, cut the lead again. LSU does get the ball to start the half. We need a stop. And I accidentally hit the B button. That's tough. But they do get down into scoring position. To hold them to a field goal would be absolutely huge here. Better yet, let's force a turnover. We do get a tackle for loss. Get in the backfield and keep with the tackle there. So, we're playing kind of a dangerous game by playing man-to-man defense. And their quarterback's going to scramble out and get in the end zone. Oh, that is frustrating. Frustrating. It is 24-31. We do have the ball. I don't know what happened, but we do have the ball. We are in a position to tie this game up here in the fourth quarter. Again, don't know how it happened. I thought they kind of ran away with it when I was looking in the sim situation, but we are right in here, and you can't state this enough of how this looks. We're gonna get it out to Kramer. He has the speed. He has the acceleration. It is going to be a tie ball game, 31-31 here in the Caesar Superdome. This is pretty much a home game for LSU here down in New Orleans, and we are on the brink of giving an upset here as the Kennesaw State Owls. And they do get a field goal. We're under 2 minutes left in the game. Spin move. Oh, we couldn't get away from him. That's a great tackle by that linebacker. Okay, let's see. You got to be smart about this. You got to be smart about this. Obviously, not turn the ball over is step number one. Dunlap is way faster than that D tackle. That linebacker is closing in, so we're just going to step out of bounds. He has 10 carries for 60 yards today. A huge part of the offense, obviously, at this point in time in the game. They just want us to throw the ball around. We have all 3 timeouts. We just need to get into the field goal range to extend the game, really. But they were kind of looking for the run, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But we're going to see if we can get Thomas here to burn the defense with 99 speed. Thomas is got a step, and he's going to get into the end zone. However, I feel like we scored a little too soon, which is obviously not the greatest idea. However, we do have them in a 4th down situation. It is 4th and 9. They have all 3 timeouts still. So if they don't get it, they probably have time to stop us as we get an interception by Washington. But there is a flag, and it's a holding penalty. We are actually going to decline the interception because it would be a turnover on down. So we're going to get the ball. Wait, what? I declined. I'm confused why we had the ball so far deep in our end zone. Whatever. We get the upset over the number 1 ranked team, Kennesaw State. Moving on. 18 of 30, 2 TDs and interception for 233, 16 for 80, average 5 yards. Dunlap average 4.8. Turpin had that one big rush in the first quarter, I think. 2 touchdowns for Kramer. Receiving-wise, Thomas, 7 for 119 and 2 touchdowns. What did that other guy have? 3 catches for 37 yards. Yeah, who's the better receiver? Unbelievable. Riggins, the freshman, continues to be phenomenal. Even though he's only a 71 overall, he had 13 total tackles, 9 for Ross, and then 5 for Washington, Jr., Okiki, Marvin, Hamilton, and Cash. They have 2 middle linebackers that are freshmen. I forgot about that. Okiki, 3 tackles for loss, 2 for Ross and Cook, 1 for Green. Only 1 total sack, and it was a combined sack between Rogers and Okiki. 2 interceptions by Cash, 1 by Turner, and 1 for Jericho Washington as well. What a performance by the Owls. Cotton Bowl. In the semifinals, we take on Illinois. Let's see if we can continue this magical run here in the final rendition of the promotion and relegation in college football 25. We finally get our first meaningful moment here in the second quarter. Oh, they had a spy on him. Holy. We're going to go down, which is okay, to be honest. It's not that big of a deal. We have 46 seconds left here in the second quarter. As you can tell on the scoreboard, nothing crazy has happened. No big plays, no nothing, except for we have 3 field goals. And if we continue to drop passes like that and not get anywhere on the ground, it might turn into 4 field goals, and that's the only scoring that happens in the first half. So linebacker read that from across the field, by the way. What is happening? Another field goal attempt. Should be up, should be good. Pretty easy field goal for Knight, and it is going to be 12-0 here in the semifinal. Not very many fireworks, but hey, we're doing enough to get the job done at this point in time on the scoreboard. The one issue is Guevara has been in a lot, which typically means that our guy is hurt. Kramer comes down with yet another injury. That is going to be the legacy that he leaves here at Kennesaw State, which is an absolute bummer because he is a fun player to play with, to watch. It's just a bummer that that is kind of the legacy that he's going to leave behind, is a potential superstar that is constantly getting hurt as Smith Yates fights his way into that end zone. They also answer with a touchdown. They go for two. They get down there and they go for it on fourth down. They look like they're going for it on fourth down again. EA, please be better with your clock management. Oh my God. This is the only reason that they are still in this game is because EA cannot figure it out. Just take a sack. This is so frustrating, man. Should I run the ball? Yeah, 100%. But my goodness, there's no reason that they should have had any chance in this game at all. Kramer being out also does not help the cause at all. Thomas has got to win off the line here. 99 speed, win off the line. He doesn't win off the line. We're going to have to punt. They have a chance to win the game now. Unbelievable. Poor on my end, yeah, 100%. 100%. Should have just ran the ball. But just unbelievable. Defense steps up huge, though. Let's go. 19-13. We go to the college football playoff final. Ugly. Dunlap, 179, one touchdown, one interception. Kramer, hurt. Unbelievable. He had 3 carries and he's hurt. Nobody else got in the end zone rushing-wise, receiving-wise. Smith Yates with that touchdown, and that's it. Thomas had 3 catches for 70 yards. Everybody else, man, offenses were terrible in this game. Defensively, 6 tackles for Riggins, 6 for Green, and 6 for Decker, 4 for Ross, Cook, and Marvin. 1 tackle for loss for each of these players, Marvin, Riggers, Decker, and Cook, to complete 4 total. And we had 3 total sacks. Green had 1, Decker had 1, Okiki and Cook shared 1. 2 interceptions by Cash yet again. What a stud. And we get to take on the USC Trojans here in the national championship game. The number 2 ranked team versus the 9 ranked team in Kennesaw State. Let's see if we can bring it home. All right, defense out on the field here. They got off to a blistering start. It was 14-0. Offense answered back. The defense settled down a little bit. Now we got to make sure that they continue to stay off the scoreboard, but they're going to pick up that 3rd down conversion, and they're going to punch it in. They're going to get the ball back and get close to punching it in before half, but they end up not. But they get the ball to start the half, and they punch it in there. So it is 28-7. Creeping up on 3 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. We're going to hit Thomas. We probably could have kept running after the catch, but I wanted to secure the catch first and foremost. And our defense right now is just being outclassed by the Trojans offense right now. We are looking very, very outmatched. Just slide, don't fall. Thank you. 35-14 with 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. We just converted a 4th and 10, 4th and 9. Now we're in a 3rd and 10 situation on that same drive, and we're gonna sling it to our tight end, who's going to end up dropping it. Fourth down yet again. And we just need to go for it. I mean, there's just no way around the fact that we need to go for this one. So see if we can pull out the stops here. We're gonna throw it out, and it's going to be another turnover on downs, and they just turn right around and score. And we were just no match for USC today. Absolutely no match. We were outclassed. The national championships goes to Southern California. And I'm going to guess Kramer didn't play today, which is obviously a big bummer. 186 for 2 touchdowns, 60% completion, not terrible. He didn't turn the ball over. Nothing. And there's the running Thomas, 4 for 107 and 2 touchdowns. I mean, he did his thing, but just not enough. Riggins, again, leads the team with 9 tackles, 7 for Hamilton, Ross, Cash, and Paul, and Decker with 6 tackles for loss, 2 for Rokiki, 2 for Decker, 1 for Rogers, and 1 total sack. Marvin and Decker combined with it. No interceptions today for the defense. Just ran into an absolute buzzsaw in USC. To finish the episode, the last look at promotions and relegations. Obviously, with the series ending here in College Football 25, it's probably a moot point for these particular rosters. If we do, as a community, decide to pick up where we left off in College Football 26, this obviously matters. Washington State and Syracuse play in the ACC tournament. The championship game. So they get promoted. The Oklahoma State and Baylor teams are getting demoted from the ACC. The American South Alabama took on Nevada in the title game. Army gets relegated again. Georgia Southern drops back down as well. Illinois obviously made the college football playoff, got to the semifinal, who they end up losing to us. They beat North Carolina in the Big 12 title game. Minnesota and Cincinnati get relegated from the Big 12. Alabama, USC played in the title game. Georgia right outside of that in the Big 10. Michigan's up there, ranked in the top 10 as well. Clemson and Notre Dame. Notre Dame went 0-11. No wonder they're looking for a new head coach. Good Lord, they got thumped in the Big Ten. So they're going to drop to the SEC. Conference USA, Middle Tennessee beat Colorado State in the title game. So those two would get bumped up. And then Central Michigan and FIU would be dropping down. And they would be dropping to the Independents. Oops. James Madison went 10-3. They all might go. Yeah, all 4 teams get to move up. So all 4 of these teams will be the new independents for next year. In the MAC, us and Bowling Green, University of Miami was also ranked in the top 25. But they stay in the MAC for another year. Ball State and Navy get demoted. So the naval or the academies are not doing well in this sim. UAB yet again gets 4th ranked. These guys are insane. They beat Georgia Tech, UNLV, and Wake Forest. They drop, get relegated. Washington beat Marshall in the Pac-12 title game. Stanford was right there with them as well, 7-3. Duke and Memphis, they drop. SEC LSU beat Miami. They have 5th ranked NC State. They got Kentucky and Louisville in the top 20 as well. Arkansas and Utah get relegated from the SEC. And the last one, Texas State defeated Arkansas State in the title game. And then Virginia, who is free falling, by the way, through this relegation system. And then North Texas has a really down year, which is kind of weird because they're typically a pretty strong program in Sims. So that's the relegation and promotion. We're not going to get into the off season or anything like that, just simply because of the length of the video, having to play the conference championship and all the way to the national championship. So that is going to be the episode. That is going to be the series here on College Football 25. I had so much fun with this one. I am definitely doing this at the start of the College Football 26 cycle. So keep an eye out on that if you really like this idea. I greatly appreciate all the support throughout this this particular dynasty save, as well as the rest of the channel. So continue to support that by hitting that subscribe button and leaving a like. Comment, do we pick up where we left off here in 2027, or do we restart from the bottom of the barrel with the worst team in the next game? Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.